hope you enjoyed yesterday's vlog. It was my 250th, so today it's 251, and it'll be a while before I do another big celebration. Well, I'm delighted because the dreadful rain of the last few days has subsided, and as you can see behind me here, we've got fabulous blue skies today, which means that I'm going to spend most of the day in the garden enjoying the sunshine, and I've got Monty with me as well. Are you a lovely chap? You are, aren't you? Hey? Well, I don't know, I want to be bitten. He's a good chappy. Oh, you are nice. So yeah, the cats and I are all enjoying the sunshine. Now, I know it looks like he's biting me, but he's an old boy, and when we got him, he'd actually had most of his teeth removed. So he's got these two at the bottom, but he hasn't got any. Oh, he's got a little one there at the top. But oh, Monty, you are funny. You are a funny boy. You are a funny chappy, aren't you? You want to be cuddled, but you don't. You want to be scritched, but you don't. Come on, boy, I've got some work to do. Yesterday, while I was having a moochie round on social media, I popped onto one of the local selling pages to find that a very local business, only a couple of miles away, were advertising pallet collars, and these are the hinged cubes of wood. No, they're not. They're 4 pieces of wood with a hinge at each corner that can stack one on top of another, and are, I have found, ideal for making raised beds. And they've got loads of them, and I mean loads and loads. And they weren't too bad a price either. So I messaged them and said, yes please. They only put the advert on about 11 minutes beforehand, so they were a bit surprised to get such a rapid response. And Mr. J and I went down and bought quite a few pallet collars. We bought, well, they came in a set of four pallet collars for £5, and we bought 6 sets, so that's 24 collars, which is superb. And this morning I've started cutting them to make them larger. So you've got a section like this, and I cut here in the middle. I know I'm not quite doing a square, but so I cut in the middle bit and open that up and put it down at one end of the raised bed and another one at the other end. And now I'm just about to cut one in half, so it will open up and do the long sides of the raised bed. I hope that description makes sense, but it means that I basically 3 pallet collars and a few screws, and job's a good one. And it's just done, which means for all the raised beds that we've got that have got wood around them now, I built them 4 feet wide, and luckily enough the pallet collars are 4 feet wide, so they fit, so I can sit them on top of the existing beds, and for any new beds I'll just put the pallet collars straight onto the floor. And then as time goes on, and as I create more compost, we can stack the collars on top of each other and actually end up with raised beds that are reasonably high, so that the soil in them is reasonably deep, and it also means less bending in years to come. Here's the first collar in place at this end, and I've put one in place at that end, so I've just got the middle section to do now. Not as strong as I used to be, and because I'm busy having an altercation with that Hashimoto's at the moment, which means that I get tired very quickly, and I'm not dealing with things the way I might do. Each one of these is taking me about half an hour to cut, and it's a task that really should take me a matter of just a few minutes. So it's slow going, but I am getting there, and I'm going to do it because regardless of how rotten I feel on one level, achieving something like this it's really good for the soul. Now the obvious thing to do would be to wait until Mr. J gets home from work and ask him to cut all these panels for me. But that kind of defeats the point. I don't want to let this thing dictate what I do more than absolutely necessary, and in the past, if I wanted a raised bed, I'd have built it, and as long as I can, that's what I'm going to carry on doing. I've now cut all the panels for this one bed and for the next ones. Yeah, I'm going to ask him to cut the wood. I would have just used our electric jigsaw, but we've broken that irreparably, and so until we can afford to get a new one, it's cutting wood by hand, which is it's proving to be a long, slow job. But you know, I've done the cutting now for today, and the next thing to do is to get this screwed together, and then I can go inside, have a celebratory cup of tea. And so hooray, that's the first side done. Now there is a small problem, but can be easily remedied. There is a gap here going along to where the wood joins there, because this piece of wood is sitting lower in the ground, or is possibly even just shorter in height than the second piece there. But I can solve that by putting a piece of wood from a pallet along there. So I'll go and find a bit now. So I've got some screws on the inside here now to hold the long outside panel on. I've screwed in that little extra piece there. Now there is a tiny gap there, and I'll find a little bit of 2x1 or something to fit in that. But this will do. I think this will do, actually not even for now, but this will do. However, getting this far has actually completely worn me out, and so I'm going to go in and have a cup of tea and a bite to eat, and then come back out and try and finish that today, because I really want to have completed one in a day, and feel like I've done that achievement. Well, after a nice long break and a bit of lunch and a cup of tea, I have finally finished the first of those pallet collar raised beds, and in the time while I was inside, the sun has gone in, or it's gone behind a cloud, and it's now quite nippy out here. It's more like an early autumn day, so his jumper's back on, and it's not at all warm, but I'm really pleased I came out and finished that bed today. That has given me that sense of achievement that I wanted. And so, wherever you are in the world, and whatever you're up to today, I hope it's a good one for you. And I also hope you can join me again tomorrow.